In this video I'm going to explain to you how the WONI heating system you have in your house operates and how to inside the house you will front which looks like this. The system operates using external thermostats.
So if you have radiators, you will have a controller which looks something like this, wall-mounted controller here from Nest, or you will have multiple controllers if you have underfloor heating. These are what drive the unit. So if you'd like your heating to work, all you need to do is turn your thermostat up until it runs and the heat pump will operate, just like any other boiler. If we look at our system now, we can hear it's all starting to run because it's received a run signal. So in the summer months and when you don't want your heating running, all you need to do is go to all your thermostats and turn them down, like so. And in a few minutes, the unit will stop running. Some thermostats can be very difficult to operate, so you need to ask the person that installed it or your heating engineer how to run them, or look on Google at the particular controllers you have. Under no circumstances would you need to operate here. This is really only used by service engineers so that we can see what the operation of the system looks like. One of the very clever things about the heating system is that the radiator temperature is not static. So the system looks at the temperature outside. When it's very cold, the radiators will be hot, and as the weather warms up, the radiator temperature will fall. We call this weather compensation. On this graph here you can see that the water temperature of the system rises as the ambient temperature changes on this graph here. And this book here, which is our handover book, should have been left with you by your installer. If you don't have this,
you go to our website www.wonigroup.com, load it, and it explains everything nice. And
if you want your system to run as effectively as possible, the clever thing to do is to try and leave it running for long periods of time. Don't be tempted to change your thermostat temperatures up and down all day, and don't let the temperature of the house fall too low. As a rough guide, if you'd like your house to be at 21 degrees C, don't set your water temperatures down below about 19. It will take your heat pump a very long time and a lot of energy to bring the temperature back up. These systems work best if you keep the thing running pretty much 24 hours a day in the winter months. When it comes to hot water, the clever thing to do here is to let the system carry on as it's designed. So we normally set these up that the cylinder is hot 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The operation is very simple. As you use the hot water, the system will detect the temperature falling a few degrees and it will automatically top the water back up again. So you'll see this happen throughout the day. Typically, we set the temperature of the cylinder to be 48 degrees C. So the unit will start heating the cylinder when it drops 5 degrees to 43, and it will overheat it back up to 50 again. If you drain the whole cylinder all the way down, it should take something like an hour to heat the cylinder back up again. Once a week, we will use your immersion heater here to heat the cylinder up to 60 degrees for safety purposes. This is usually done on a Wednesday, so you'll find on a Wednesday morning the temperature of the cylinder will be slightly higher than it is every other day of the week. On a normally operating machine, you should see the following bits of information. AU tells us that we are using an external thermostat, as we discussed earlier in the video. The sun symbol here shows me that the unit is in heating mode. And the tap symbol over here tells me that we're monitoring the cylinder temperature, so if it goes cold, we'll heat it up. So normally you should look for this symbol, and this symbol all the time. When the system is operating, this symbol here shows me that the water pump is turning, so the machine is active. This symbol here of the milk churn tells me that the outdoor unit is running, so your boiler is heating the water, so the pipework should start warming up. And finally, this symbol here shows me I am heating the cylinder. In heating mode, this one would disappear. In hot water, it reappears. You shouldn't really need to press any of the buttons here. But in the case of an alarm or something going wrong, what you'll see is this clock will disappear and you will get an alarm code come up. And the alarm code will be something like E911 or E123. Make a note of what this is and give your installer a call. You can clear the fault codes by pressing this button once to bring the tap back up and this button once to bring AU back up. But you shouldn't keep doing this, as you really do need an engineer to come and have a look at the unit. Hopefully that makes life simple, but if you have any problems, please visit our website, because all of the fault codes and all of their videos are nice and simply explained in videos.